My son just mistakenly punched me in the eye, so if my eye falls out during this show, don't worry, I will continue. I'll just be a Cyclops. Hi, my little flavors. Welcome to another episode of the Motley Stew Show. This week we're going to talk about a recent court case that could have major implications on the privatization of the military and how those contractors are treated under the law. If you didn't already know, huge portions of our fighting force over in the Middle East are not currently soldiers in any branch of the military, and some of them never have been. Instead, they're contractors hired from a number of private security companies. But far and away the biggest and most well-known of those companies is Acadaemi, which was formerly known as G Services LLC, which was formerly and originally known as Blackwater. Now, Blackwater was born in North Carolina to the lovely couple, not legally though, of Al Clark and Eric Prince. And in a short period of time, Blackwater became a multi-million-dollar machine, cashing government checks, including a $1 billion 5-year contract to protect State Department officials in areas of conflict. The reason we're talking about Blackwater is because a case just wrapped up in federal court and sentences were handed down for 4 Blackwater contractors who were members of a unit called Raven 23, and they were charged with murdering 14 Iraqi civilians and injuring 19 others. Now, the defense claimed that they were just defending themselves and returning fire, but other members of Raven 23 said they never saw any incoming fire, and there were also 2 helicopter pilots doing figure eights overhead tracking this convoy, which also said they never saw any originating fire. And if they did, they would have also joined in. Now, according to the prosecution, which tracks, I guess, with what the jury believed, this man, contractor Nick Slatten, who was the first to open fire by killing this man, who was driving his white Kia and was currently stopped in an intersection in a place called Nisour Sqare in Baghdad. Now, that bullet, which was fired from Slatten's sniper rifle, killed that driver instantly. Again, allegedly, this caused his Kia to roll forward, presenting a possible threat to the rest of the convoy, which then caused 6 other members of Raven 23 to unleash hell for 10 minutes into this crowded intersection. They used automatic gunfire, grenade launchers, and mounted guns. There were 3 other contractors who were also charged in this assault: Paul Slough, Evan Liberty, and Dustin Heard. There was proof that each of these 3 contractors also took part in the assault, so by the legal language of aiding and abetting, they also share in the punishment. Now, according to another contractor, Jeremy Ridgway, who, in full disclosure, turned state's evidence against his former colleagues for a lighter sentence, he said that Heard told him he had smoked a guy in the crowd, and also admitted to firing a grenade into the intersection. Another team member also testified that they saw Heard using his M240 and firing into the crowd. Now, Paul Slough was an easy target for the prosecution because he was the only member of Raven 23 in a single turret convoy. So later, when people testified that they saw someone firing from a single turret post, it clearly identified him as the shooter. Now, Evan Liberty had the biggest thing to try to explain away when forensics team came in and they found a magazine clip with his name on it, which was consistent of a personal habit that he has. He tried to explain it away by saying other members of Raven 23 also put the word liberty on the magazine clips to talk about American values, but the jury didn't buy it. Now, this is by far the biggest and most public case ever to be taken to trial of private contractors being held to task for crimes that they committed in a foreign country under our name and during conflict. Now, in 2000, Congress passed the Military Extraterritorial Jurisdiction Act, which gave Congress and federal courts power over private contractors who were caught committing felonies who were employed by or accompanying the armed forces in overseas missions. Now, when word of the initial massacre came out, it's no surprise that Blackwater quickly tried to change its image. It changed its name from Blackwater USA to Blackwater Worldwide, and removed the crosshairs from its logo, making it soft and cuddly. Just a year and a half later, it changed its name to G Services LLC, since by that point, the name Blackwater had become synonymous with out-of-control, trigger-happy mercenaries. Now in 2010, they changed the name again, when they were sold to a group of investors, and now they go by the name Acadaemi, which recently was discovered to have a contract with the Greek government to protect them from their own citizens and from their corrupted police force. Now, as for the 4 contractors, Slatten was given life in prison for firing the first shot. The other 3 were given 30 years. Appeals are undoubtedly already underway. Now, will this begin a new era of greater oversight and accountability for private contractors in war zones? Or was this instance just too big for the US government to ignore and sweep under the rug? As a final note, and take this as you will, while researching this story I found out that Acadaemi had also merged with another security firm called Triple Canopy, and rolled up together with another group of other security companies. Now they're under a larger umbrella company called Constellus Holdings Inc. Not exactly a terrifying name to be sure, but when you take into account that this is actually 7 private security firms brought together, it's basically a private army. So what do you think? Are the sentences justified? Should they have been tried in Iraq? Should they have been tried at all? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So thanks for watching another episode of the Motley Stew Show. If you like what we do here and you like your weekly dose of news and politics and all that kind of stuff, you can go ahead and click on the subscribe button right here and you'll get it sent right to you every week. You won't even have to lift a digital finger. You can also support the show by hitting that like or favorite button or sharing this with your friends. All of those options are almost as fun as subscribing. Stay tuned for next week, and as always, here's a little bit of Logan. Are you an aggressive driver? Oh, you got the shift and everything? Air conditioning? Nice.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
1 second. For driving.
You're driving.
Drive.
Oh, shift, shift. This week we're going to talk about a recent court case that just got handed down that could have a major, I'm going to do that again. Hi my little flavors, welcome to another, hi my little flavors, welcome to another episode of that perfect nugget.